Start off with a few words about Power. If anyone in the audience hasn't checked it out, you really should. The drama is filled with compelling and flawed characters trying to juggle their lives between multiple worlds. Going on 6 seasons, it's one of Premium Cable's most popular shows and Starz' most successful original ever. It averaged 10.2 million viewers in season 5. Both of you have been central to its success. Curtis Jackson, who you all probably know best as musician entrepreneur 50 Cent, is an is an executive producer on the show, and he also has acted in the role of the ruthless fan favorite Kanan. Curtis recently signed a new overall TV deal with Starz, reported to be worth up to $150 million if he delivers the hits. The man who offered him that contract is also on stage with me, Starz chief executive Chris Albrecht. Chris is a veteran TV executive who kick-started TV's golden age while running HBO, and has built Starz into an original TV powerhouse with hits like Outlander, American Gods, and of course, Power. So let's jump right into that deal. We are living in an era of mega deals for producers and showrunners, but still, Chris, what about Curtis's work on Power made you think that he was the real deal TV talent?
So, one of the big reasons to get involved with the show in the first place was I knew that Curtis was going to be a fantastic partner to help us get the word out about the show and to be that kind of marketing partner that in today is even more invaluable because there's so much noise out there. So, you know, going in, I knew that we were going to have somebody that was going to be impactful on the success. Obviously, he delivered. The show is a big hit by anybody's standards. We're really proud of it. Curtis's work as an actor just got better and better. I mean, it's, you know, playing the bad guy's fun, but it's also hard, and he's been amazing on it. But in getting to know him over the years, I realized that he is, you know, the kind of guy, he's an entrepreneur, he's a businessman, he's an artist, he's a man of his word, and he's interested in being really successful, which is what what we're about. So the track record, the potential, the success, and just the kind of personal interaction that we have. I know we don't look like we're a comedy duo, but we have some pretty good times when we're talking about stuff. And you know, look, I think the sky's the limit when you're in business with this guy.
And Curtis, why did you choose Starz in terms of, after this show, but you could have, potentially gone somewhere else? What made you want to commit?
Well, particularly this premium cable space with Starz is the place for me because of how graphic our culture is becoming. When I say that it's youth culture, music culture, hip hop, things are a little different now. Like at one point, to give you an example, I would write a song and I would say, "I'll take you to the candy shop." And it was graphic at the point that we were releasing that actual song. But now, female solo artists are using lines like, "You gotta eat the booty like groceries." Yeah. So now, in this climate, you have to make adjustments.
Yeah.
And you gotta figure out, now what am I supposed to say for shock value if I gotta eat the booty like groceries?
And so you felt like Starz was a place that would give you the freedom to get as graphic as you wanted?
Exactly. I get a chance to... The actual series, Power, is having the ability to create 10 R-rated feature films. Each episode is a connected episode, but it's with R-rated quality.
And so what were the negotiations like for that contract? Were they tough between you guys, or how did it go?
At that point, they wanted to give me my money. See, because I already tested and proven publicly. Like in the beginning, it was completely, the concept and idea was a cool idea. And there's a place for bad music, it's television, right? It's the last place they spend the money in the budget. So like you may hear things, really good quality music there at different points, and then there's points that you hear things and you go, okay, it was just a filler. It was just someone who produced it that signed off on it and gave the actual music director the ability to put it in when he needed it. Because the artists would like to hear themselves in front of maybe 10 million people. At this point, we're on multi-platforms, 10.4 million viewers. Yeah. So, this is a great space to get off that song that won't work publicly.
Look, for me, it was one of the tenets of premium television is a authentic point of view, and there's nobody more authentic with a stronger point of view than Curtis. So when we came to make this deal, we weren't looking at one show, we're looking at a brand.
Yeah.
And we're saying, okay, part of the Starz brand is going to be Curtis, is going to be 50, and the extensions of that. And you know, he's a collaborator. I mean, you have to be a collaborator in music, and you know, television is a collaborative medium. So it just made a lot of sense, and we said, you know what, let's go big on this, and he seemed to be okay with it.
It's the new Tyler Perry, but it's R-rated.
So Power has built this huge following, and it's a massively popular show, and the people who watch it just really love it. But I feel like it, from my perspective, has been a little bit snubbed by the awards, a little bit snubbed by the mainstream press. Does that bother you guys, or do you not care about that?
That's me personally, because, you know, I'm not like traditional Hollywood. Traditional Hollywood is like, in a metaphor, I'd say it was hurry up and wait. Hurry up, become good enough, then wait for an opportunity to showcase how good you are. And when you do, pray that the ability to continuously showcase it comes following that. And I have a go-do-it attitude that comes organically from music culture. You go out, you record the music, you can put it on a SoundCloud or on YouTube, and it can take off without anyone's assistance. You know, so now the idea of finding Mark Canton, who brought me Courtney, and developing the series from the beginning is like, this is how it is. Like, I want to do it, so I'm like, let me create this thing. We went and I started working on it, and like Jamie Foxx, like, he had a party, we was at his party, and he said, you see that? You see how 50 of them just did that? They just be doing shit. We got to start doing shit. He was talking to his guy because they were telling him, yo, we need to do it like this, and like go through these traditional formats of ways to doing things. And I think we're not receiving the, this is my second career, my second life, right? It's music culture. I have the largest debut in hip-hop album, and I don't have a Best New Artist award. They gave it to Urban Essence. Has anyone seen Urban Essence? Okay. I'm not saying anything, I'm just saying, has anyone seen Urban Essence? Right? Now, here we are, first television show, highest rated show on the Starz network. It gets me this new relationship and connection to Chris Albrecht is the guy. This is already the guy. He already made HBO what HBO is. You know, so now when he's there, I have the right person to kind of help reel me back in when I feel like I'm already there. And he can say, wait a minute, do this like this, or whenever he says no, someone else says yes immediately. Listen, I haven't pitched one television show that hasn't sold.
We got a lot of stuff with Curtis. You know, the thing, the thing about the awards thing is I was part of the team at HBO. I ran HBO for a long time, part of the team that invented how to get awards. Yeah. Okay, and it is a formula. And it starts with good television, but it's targeted at specific kinds of audiences. Yeah. We're in the business of making money. We're at the Business Insider conference, you know? And I read Business Insider. So we're here to appeal to audiences that are going to come, that are going to subscribe to Starz, most likely through the app, maybe through Amazon, maybe through Hulu. We're going to take this brand around the world. Power's already a successful show in over 100 territories outside the US. We want to go and attract people that are going to come into our brand, watch our content, and stay with us for a really long time. And I think 50's brand, you know, it's nice to get awards. It's certainly nice for the talent to get that peer acknowledgement. But we're about making money.
We're here. We're here. They're already watching. Yeah. First and foremost, I'd like to thank God. I'll tell you, I just feel so proud of these feelings, like to have you guys here and see me receive this award tonight. This is amazing. I didn't know this was going to happen. I'm serious, I didn't know. I'd like to thank my mom, my grandparents for raising me.
Don't forget your agent.
My agent, Jim Osborne, Kyle, everyone who supported me, Carmi, again, guys over at Starz. You see how much better my acting is becoming?
Yes. Yes.
I got real tears up here. Real tears up here and stuff.
Switching gears for a second, I know that Curtis, you had mentioned the idea of second acts, and it's definitely a second act for both of you in terms of having just massive success at HBO, in music. I just wonder what drives you both in terms of, what makes you get up and try to do it again, or sort of once you get the accolades and the money, what now motivates you?
Yeah, Chris, you're rich, so tell us what makes you.
Well, right now, getting the Lionsgate stock price back up. But, look, for me, I just love working with talented people. The challenge is great, winning is great, but working with talent is something that's excited me my whole experience. This relationship with Curtis is important to me because of who he is, because of what I think we can do together. And also, there are other people that have achieved the success that Curtis has in the music field, but there's none of his peers have made a real TV company. And we're gonna make a real TV company together. And he's gonna go off and do things for other people too, but hopefully the best stuff and the most stuff will still be for Starz. So just this alone is exciting, and I'm really charged. We got some great stuff, and I think people are gonna be really impressed and pleased and hopefully big fans of the stuff that comes out of this partnership.
You guys ever take a break? What do you guys do to relax? Seems like are you always working, or?
I love what I'm doing, so I exercise the whistle while you work concept. You enjoy myself, and I don't really, I think, to be honest with you, when you work in entertainment, it's easy because you understand the music part so much. I can hear the choices musically that the artist made, so I'm like, okay, cool. And then it makes you really conscious of the film part of it, film and television aspect. And then when you get involved there, then there's no way to escape entertainment. When you go to relax right now, you go home, there's gonna be some sort of music playing or some sort of television. So it's constant reference to what could be a project that you would work on, or an example of someone else, something else that's there. So I live what I'm doing.
Right. And that actually leads me to my next question, which was about whether you had any, I know you have a few projects in the works. I wonder if there was any that you wanted to particularly highlight, under the new deal that you're excited about, that you wanted to tease a little.
Well, I'm excited about the BMF project.
Yeah.
Yes, because of the, of course, the change to the shifting to the Southern-based sound and energy of music, when you hear trap music as one of the production styles that you hear constantly. And trap would be slang, trap house would be slang for crack house. And BMF is like the largest indictment since that transition, so you constantly hear references to people that were connected to that organization, and then to tell a true story that actually had that type of influence on the culture, it's organically the next move for us. And they'll get a chance to see BMF following Power when it comes out. Boom, then you see the ratings go up higher. I'm gonna do 12 million viewers this year. 12 million. See, because they don't give me my trophies, I'm more conscious of the ratings. So you can tell them when you see them, they done fucked up. Because now I gotta make the numbers. And if you look at, like, they try to tell me, the Game of Thrones. If you look at their actual effects budget, you know I'm number one. You look at the numbers, and you look at what my budget is, and you look at their effects budget, and you look at their numbers, you go, yeah, 50 got you.
And are we going to see more spin-offs of the Power universe? Are there, prequels, sequels?
Yeah, you know already. He already know. Look. The prequel is my spin-off concept because I get a chance to come back. I'm dead.
Oh, spoiler for a
it's
couple
like
seasons ago.
It's cool though. It gets a chance to show the world where all of these characters grew in, so you can see the defining moments that develop the imperfections that people are attracted to at the moment, and it's exciting, man. It's TGE. It's the golden era.
We have 3 spin-off prequel things that are moving all at the same time. Happy to have them all work, but we're determined to have at least one. BMF, other projects we have going. There's a lot of activity, and it's important because there's a lot of fans out there that want to see more of those characters and new stuff like BMF, which is going to be amazing. Not easy, but amazing.
Yeah.
And Chris, you were one of the, as you were saying, one of the driving forces behind HBO as it was rising. Now they're sort of shifting their strategy, and they're going to make a lot more content. Do you think that in this era, do you have to scale up, or is there the ability for you know, the investment level to continue sort of the way that you have it now? Or I'm just wondering how you think about the general marketplace right now.
So for premium channels like Starz, HBO, you know, we were always a wholesale business being sold through cable companies, satellite companies, telcos. Now we're sold wholesale also through Amazon, through Hulu, but we now have this retail component, which is our direct-to-consumer app, which is doing extremely well. It's a terrifically priced product, a great product, all the originals, a lot of movies. And what that's offered is an opportunity to expand our business and basically appeal to, market to audiences that have never been around before. So in that dynamic, I think we have a real growth opportunity that's going to allow us to invest more in content. More is better. A whole lot more isn't necessary. I think this premium moniker is important for us. I look at something like Netflix. I think they're trying to basically replace television, which isn't a bad thing for us because we've always succeeded really well on top of television. And you know, we keep refining the brand. We keep identifying who the new customers are. Get a lot of data. We never had any data. Get a lot of data from our actual viewers, customers, with the direct-to-consumer app, which is helping us to apply those resources in what I think is going to be a much more effective way: programming, marketing, and also now because the technology and the opportunity with SVOD, OTT to go to market much more quickly, much more cost-effectively. With the world the way that it's evolving, we have international opportunities which we've never had before. So we're in the UK, we're in Germany, we've already announced Italy, Spain, and France. There'll be more countries after that. I wouldn't be surprised to see us in you know, dozens of countries within the next couple of years, and that's an opportunity that we wouldn't have had before. That takes an investment, but there's also a way to get a real impressive return on that investment now, which wasn't around before.
Do you think there's going to be continued consolidation in the industry, or do you think it's going to level out at some point?
I think there'll be continued consolidation. I think you know, you'll see the large companies getting larger. Whether Starz, Lionsgate becomes part of a larger company, it's certainly possible. You can't go to work making that your plan. But you know, content is definitely something that people seem to have an insatiable appetite for. And again, the investment that we've made alongside of Curtis is because it's a creative force, creative businessman, and you know, we're going to get a lot out of this business that we've created together. And there's obviously a lot of consumers that are attracted to that brand. So you know, we see a lot of opportunity and a lot of places to invest.
Well, that actually reminds me of another question I was going to ask, just in terms of you both have had such great longevity in your creative careers. Do you have any secrets for how to maintain that over such a long period of time and through multiple iterations?
Yes, it's to not be afraid. You know, you can't be afraid to change, to do different things. And even when you started, you was talking about Chris at HBO, but we have Starz now.
Yeah.
You know, it's evolving. And doing different things and giving yourself new challenges and things. Like originally we would be airing on Saturday nights. We had that conversation. I was like, Sunday night is TV night. People go to work Monday through Friday. Saturday is your go out night. If you go out, and Sunday you're rebooting, so you might want to stay home and watch television or something like that. This guy actually built that model. So it wasn't hard for me to persuade him to let me go on Sunday. You know,
Turned out good.
Yeah, it worked out.
And Chris, what about you? Do you have any secrets to your creative longevity?
You know, I think the kind of fearless thing, I think being bold, you know, people talk about you have to take risks and stuff. Risky is kind of like, you know, might as well go to Vegas. I've been involved in hundreds of television shows, and they all have one thing in common. They're television shows. So nobody should get too worked up about them or too worried about them. It's like, you know, this line that Mickey Mantle said to Roger Maris in the movie we did called 61 with HBO. Man, if you can't have fun playing baseball, there's something wrong with you. If you can't go to work in the entertainment business, have a good time, realize that this is fun, and you know, just go out and swing for the fences. You know, I think it's
interesting. Look, I enjoy
it's hard,
myself
but it's
while I'm doing it. But you get guys that are extremely talented people, you know, and on the movie projects, for me, the work is happening when we're actually filming the movie. But I see them like when we're supposed to go promote the film, and they're going, and I'm going, what the fuck did you just do? You know, like, is he getting into his own character? Like, who he actually is now? Like, because I mean, like, a lot of times you could play all of these characters and you become pieces of all of these things. And then you don't know exactly who you are. Because I see that shit happening in the backstage, like, they're like, and I still don't know what the fuck was going on. Like, to be honest with you, I'm like, wait a minute. That's what I do before I gotta say the lines the right way. Not before we actually go in front of people. It's easy to be who you are, all right? Just gotta relax.
Authentic.
You don't start stuttering and shit when you ain't relaxing. You just.
So Curtis, what do you think would surprise people the most about you if they met you in person versus what they see in the media? I'm just curious because you were talking
I'm a great person. I'm a great person. Look, you know what? Look, this is the difference, right? When I say something, when something positive happens, they say music mogul, Curtis 50 Cent Jackson. It gets deeper, too, when they say it. And then when something ain't going right, they go, rapper 50 Cent. Right away, it shifts. And I'm like, yo, I guess you get so used to it that you just go, nah, just chill. The shit'll blow over. It'll blow over, relax. Like, Chris, it took some adjusting to get used to me. Even on social networking, I would say things and he goes, just leave him alone. He's just
Yeah. I used to get the calls going, what are you going to do? You got to talk to that guy. I go, it's 50. Just leave him 50. Leave him alone. He knows what he's doing. He knows what he's doing better than we do.
Yeah. And one other question I had with regards to just the general entertainment landscape, if you both, or either of you, think that there's one particular thing that you wish would change in the industry at large, are there any?
Well, you know what, look, the simplicity is a key to a lot of successful things that we have in entertainment. Like go shorty, it's your birthday, it's not rocket science. You know, like, and every day is someone's birthday, so the shit is like relevant again. You know, like, and it didn't take me to study, I didn't have to study to figure that out. Like, it just came out when the music was playing. And when you deliver the project, the writing for an actual screenplay, there is never a point that there is no notes. There's always some slight changes or something, right? And then, because everybody else has to make a reason for why they're getting the check. The fuck, if I don't give you a note, then why am I here, buddy? So when it's perfect, it's almost right. And then, like, I've read things and said, well, can you change it a little bit? Why? Because I really like it. So when they ask you to make changes, then do this. You know, and I say this to some of the writers because I really like some of the ideas that are already happening. And they figure it out after going through the process a little bit, why I asked them to do those things. But it's cool. That's a part of production, producing, and doing different things, knowing what the process is going to be like overall and kind of reeling back in the creative or the actual talent so they can write the things and get the right things into it as we work all the way through the process instead of putting it in the beginning and then having to change some of those things that are great.
What I wish everybody else would do is just stop spending a lot of money, stop trying so hard, and stop doing so much good work. That would make my job a lot easier.
All right. Well, that's a good note to end on. We're out of time, but thank you both so much.
Thank you.